All right, today I want to talk to you about free speech. I want to talk to you about a possible new platform and the live event that you can attend this Saturday at 9 p.m. Lots to catch up on. Let's go. What I want to explain to you is that free speech on any platform is not actually free speech. I'm sure you've seen it all in the world right now. It's not a big surprise. I'm not going to tell it to you, but let's make it very clear. There is no such thing as free speech on a platform that is free. If you are a consumer, guess what? You are being sold. If you do not pay for it, you are being sold on a platform. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, they may look free, but if anything is free and you're not paying for it, guess what? You're the customer. And they are charging you by selling you to somebody else. The challenge with these free platforms is that the creator on the platform is not promised anything, not a goddamn thing, okay? They're not even promised bloody service, not even that. Can you imagine? Now, what would that be like if you were a creator in that situation and what you created was constantly threatened because of free speech? You know, usually free speech is both sides of an argument. Like I said before, if you get too large or too well known or things happen, that free speech is not guaranteed to you as a creator. So what do you do in that situation? Now, all those platforms start out preaching, praising free speech. That's how they start out. They're mavericks in their industry, doing what nobody's ever done before. But then eventually money gets in the way and greed gets in the way and they become just like everybody else. Corporation, capitalism, that's about making as much money as possible and silencing some people. In 5 years from now, you're gonna look back and say, where was I in this moment in time when all these things happened on these platforms? Where was I? What did I do? What did I say? What did I stand up for? And what my hope is that the ideas, concepts that I've introduced you to, that I've shared with you over the years, live on and concepts of other people and other people's teachings. And that's the legacy, that the body of work moves on and continues to impact people's lives. Right now, in this very moment, you may not realize it, but this is what I call one of the pivotal moments in time where you get a few of them in your lifetime. Maybe, you know, your first day at school, your day you graduate, your first serious relationship, person you marry, first child, first big job. Like, you get a few pivotal moments. And this is one of them, right? The past year has been absolutely insane. And you probably had to reset your social skills from scratch, completely, start over. And you're coming out of this year super rusty. So what are you going to do with it? Are you going to be in a downward projection or upward projection? It really comes down to the decision that you make. This is one of the key opportunities of time because you can get an unfair advantage on everybody else that's been doing the same thing and is not going to change and is not going to invest into themselves. But you can be different than those people. Everything that I've done up until this point has been for that reason. You might have noticed recently that I re-released some of my old content, the OG classic legacy stuff. And I put it at actually a really incredible price, the Madison Legacy Package. If you want to get that, it's 10 years of content in the making, all of my programs with the company, from Boss, which is the execution of inner game, and what does that look like in real the world. You might say, Madison does a lot of the things that I do. He says a lot of things and I say. Aren't we the same? No, it's completely different. It comes from a different place, so we get a different result. All about results, not about like pie in the sky inner games, all about tactical results, spreadsheets, execution, what's working, what's not working, A/B testing, all that. You also get the boot camp at home, which is the virtual version of a boot camp. If you're in a country right now where you can't travel, you don't have the opportunity to go outside and meet a lot of people, you can still practice in the comfort of your home virtually. It's a boot camp in a box, essentially. And then get your 10. So I teach you how to be a 10 on 10 person and get your version of what is your personal 10, okay? And we redefine your whole life. It's more advanced, but all that's in there. It's over $2,000 of discounts. I don't like to talk about prices, but it's so heavily discounted. Basically, we're not making much money off of this. The idea of it is it's going to be used, the revenue, to get a new platform. Because you got to own the platform. right? You can't put your stuff on a platform that is owned by somebody else, because if you do that, you're always at risk. You don't own it. You don't own the service. You don't own the accessibility. You don't own control. You're giving up control. So what I'd like to do is use a portion of the sales to go towards investing in a new platform. I don't know what it's going to look like. There's been a lot of recommendations out there for different types of platforms, but again, it's got to be about control, so you can control the vision and the message. All right, so we're doing that and working together. And every time you pick the Madison Legacy Package, you're actually fighting for that mission of bringing us closer to getting that platform. So I want to thank you for that in advance, okay? And you know, hundreds of people have picked up the program in the first week. I was really surprised about that. Ecstatic for you guys. And hundreds more continue to pick it up. So what I'm planning to do as a special bonus is this Saturday at 9 p.m., I'm gonna put together a special social media masterclass where I'm with you there on Zoom, breaking down your social media profiles and your online dating profiles, telling you what's working, what's not working, with everybody that joins that call, all right? So that's Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once you get the Madison Legacy Package, you get an email invite to that call, so don't miss it. And you know, everything that I do is out of the highest integrity, always. I always try to do that. I put honor points first and act with complete integrity. And you know, you can go and look at what I've done so far. I've always told you the truth. I've never lied to you. I've never misled you. If anybody can point out an instance where I said something and I didn't do that thing, please show it to me, because I'd love to see that, because to my recollection, that's never happened. And I take that integrity very seriously. When it comes to my programs too, what I do, I always act with the highest integrity on those programs. In fact, I put a lot of stuff out there that most people don't put out. I put it out there so that you can see it and you can judge for yourself and come to conclusions. Whether you're a lover or a hater, I don't really care. I put it out there so you can look at all of it, its entirety, and come to an educated decision. Okay, that's why I do it. I think that one thing I want to do in the future is also start taking these videos that I have never released and release them to the world. There is a crazy backlog of content that you've never seen. So every single city I went to, we filmed it, okay? Here's just, I have 4 of the hard drives, but we got over 35 of these, okay? Hard drive for each city. I went to many cities multiple times, recorded boot camp, free tour, hot seat, all kinds of events for 5 or 6 years. So you take 35, multiply that by 3 events, multiply that by 5-6 years, you can imagine the amount of footage, right? It's thousands and thousands of hours of footage. And it has some revolutionary stuff there. All the things from like Elliot Hulse at my programs to guys convulsing on the floor, having breakthrough experiences through breath work that we're doing with the Wim Hof method. I have the things of crazy hidden camera stuff you've never seen before. I have aggressive conversational breakdowns with the guys. You can see that happening and understand the social dynamics of that. You can see a whole bunch of stuff that I feel has like really been like a module of time that's been captured, and I want to share that. So I think moving forward in the future, I will be releasing some of that content that's never been seen on this channel in doses, and I'm going to call that the Legacy series. So whenever you see that in the thumbnail or description, be aware that that's exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of people are also asking, what's my relationship with the company and the team and all that? Listen, we've always been like a championship team, right? And on a championship team, there's different players. Now, some people are the guards and they take most of the shots, or they run the ball up and down the court. Other people are equally important but do other things. I think of, like, for example, the Bulls back when they had Dennis Rodman, or you might think of, or also you can think of, like, let's say the Heat even a few years ago when they had Dwayne Wade and they also had LeBron, right? You can think of players on the team that do different things. Now, my position has always kind of been like the center position, and I'm keeping everybody in check, and I'm playing all defense. I'm grabbing rebounds off the boards, you know what I mean? But every once in a while when I need to, I can go to the sideline and shoot a three-pointer and win the game. So everybody on the team has their own ability and their skill set. And myself, I'm brought on to teach something at a very, very high level, right? People are like, oh, it's because he's black. No, it's not even that. If anything, it's because I'm Canadian and I can cover a lot of a different area of the globe. That helps out tremendously, right? We try to be international as much as possible. But, you know, I bring something to the team that's very different than others. You might not resonate with high energy stuff, excited, off the cuff stuff all the time. You know, you might resonate more slower, down to earth, more mature, thought out, sniper kind of approach to interactions. You might appreciate that. And if you do, then I'm the guy that's for you when it comes to that regard. But anyways, that wraps up everything I want to say. So be on the lookout for the event that's happening this Saturday, 9 p.m. If you haven't gotten the package already, go to madison91.com, get the Legacy package. It's not going to be available for a very long time. Obviously, we cannot keep this stuff online very much longer. So keep fighting the good fight with me. The more you support me and what we're doing here, the more we can continue to do it for you as long as we can. So keep fighting the good fight. We're all in this together. There's a war going on for freedom right now. And I want to thank you for being a part of it and on this side. Thank you very much. And as always, keep in touch and don't be a stranger. Boss.